The price of Bitcoin is currently $30,514. Now, currently Bitcoin's price has been trading sideways so far this weekend, having peaked at $31,200. But interestingly enough, that Bitcoin CME gap has opened up at $31,200. Now, if the price of Bitcoin is to close that gap, the price of Bitcoin has to rise back up to $31,200. Now, that raises the question of, should I be taking the CME gap trade this weekend? And I intend on taking that CME gap trade this weekend, regardless of what is going to happen going into the next week. I think that CME gap trade is certainly one to be considering right now, given that it's been playing out somewhat frequently recently. And today we're going to discuss what's going on with the price of Bitcoin, what's going on with the price of Ethereum, what's going on with my current open trades. Am I closing them? Am I opening them? Am I going short? Am I going long? I'm going to explain all of that in today's video, as well as, of course, checking in on the price of XTP, which has been absolutely smashing the highs again today, up another 20%, meaning that it's the top gainer in the 100x or 10x altcoin portfolio challenge that I'm doing right now, where I'm trying to turn $40,000 into $400,000. Now, if you appreciate what we do here on the channel, you appreciate the spontaneity of filming a video this late at night, please do drop a like on today's video. Let's try and get one like. I'd appreciate it. And please make sure you are, of course, subscribed to the channel. Again, I'd appreciate that as well, especially if you are new. My name is Jordan. I trade cryptocurrency here on the internet. And today, I bought my father an Aston Martin Vantage F1 as a Father's Day present, birthday present, that kind of thing. Just as a bit of a present, because you've got to be nice to people, especially when you have a good time. And it has been a good time this past week, especially here on the channel. So slap a like, let's get one like, and let's crack on with today's video, where the price of Bitcoin is currently trading at $30,514. Now, what is going to happen to the price of Bitcoin? Earlier today, of course, it touched the bottom of the VWAP. I tweeted, or rather posted in my trading Telegram group, that I think is linked in today's video description. But I posted in the Telegram group, look, buy, because like the price is pretty low. That was correct, of course. And right now, really not a lot has been happening. Bitcoin has been in this slow slope to the downside. Now, of course, we've got a high level of liquidity back down here at $30,000. That might act as a bit of a magnet towards the price of Bitcoin. And if we lost that $30,000 level, really Bitcoin can drop as low right now as $29,500 and maintain this bullish momentum that we are seeing. But the question is, at this point in time, are we going to come up and close that CME gap on the price of Bitcoin, which is currently sitting here at $31,200? Well, I think that is somewhat likely. I've still got my Bitcoin long position open right now here, $31,500 in a profit. Now, this is only the smaller one, the $181,000 long position from $25,000, wherever it was, like down here, bounced to the upside. What a fantastic trade it has been. The other ones, I've taken profit on those trades right now, and I don't currently have them open, but I may consider increasing the size of my Bitcoin long position again to a multi-million-dollar Bitcoin long position if things look like they are going to close that CME gap tomorrow. Now, in terms of what we're expecting from the price of Bitcoin over the course of overnight and going into the morning, like more sideways action is what I would say. We seem to be finding levels of support around this level right here, which is about $30,400. Every time we get back down to about $30,400, we tend to bounce back to the upside. And I'm looking to basically be longing around $30,400 and then taking profits around here, which is approximately $30,700. A break of $30,700 should then mean that we come back up and close the CME gap here. This is where the CME gap is currently sitting, about $31,200. It would mean a pretty significant price jump tomorrow for Bitcoin if it were to close this gap, but it's certainly not out of the question. One of the interesting things recently has, of course, been Ethereum's value versus Bitcoin. And if we're to look at Ethereum's value versus Bitcoin again, just another pretty horrendous day, to be honest, for Ethereum versus Bitcoin. If you look at it on the daily chart, of which we've been talking about quite frequently recently, I think that Ethereum's Bitcoin value is going to pump next week. I think that altcoins are going to rally next week. Talking about the price of XTP coin currently sat at 23 Satoshis, it has continued its ascent today, and I don't think that's something that's going to slow down going into next week. We can see that this steady bullish momentum is back at this stage. Selling pressure has gone. The bears have left. And all we need to do is crack the top of this level of resistance here, and the sky becomes the limit again. And as I've been talking about for a while, the target, the short-term target, is 30 Satoshis. The longer-term target for XTP is plus 100 Satoshis. And as it is right now, the ROI on it to get up to those levels is very significantly decent. If we look at the actual resistance in the charts right now, it's very, very minimal. 7 Bitcoin would increase the price double from where it is right now. In terms of the drop to the downside, there is a lot of buying on the downside. A lot of people wanting to buy the dips, but those dips just aren't coming right now. I think that XTP is looking incredibly, incredibly strong. And that is reflective of how Bitcoin has been looking recently. But I think that Ethereum, look, if it bounces against Bitcoin in the next week, we're going to see that altcoin rally. We're going to see Ethereum start to rally against Bitcoin. And currently, Ethereum is tussling with the level here at $1,934. That's this level right here. If we can break this $1,934 level, currently sat at $1,874. If we can break that level, it'll just rally so hard because there is not a whole lot of resistance now on Ethereum all the way up to these levels here, which are approximately $2,200. We've seen it earlier this year when the price of Ethereum started rallying very significantly to the upside. I think we'll see it again pretty soon because the fundamentals of Bitcoin, the fundamentals of Ethereum are changing right now. The markets are getting increasingly more bullish. How did the DXY close on Friday? Well, the DXY closed to the upside, but it did not manage to break the long-term downtrend. And because we didn't manage to break that long-term downtrend, it just everything fundamentally is shaping up very, very nicely for Bitcoin right now. We want a weak dollar. We want a strong Bitcoin. That's what we're having. Bitcoin, according to Reuters, hits more than 1 year high amid BlackRock ETF excitement. The entire world is talking about the crypto space right now. And that's one of the key reasons I think the altcoin market is where the money is going to be at in the next week or so. Bitcoin might stagnate a little bit, but Ethereum and the altcoin market looks pretty strong. If we're looking at my altcoin portfolio right now, $44,200 is the current value of it. XTP, the best performing altcoin in this portfolio, with a $6,900 profit from only a $4,000 investment at the start of this challenge, is looking pretty decent. I think we put another $2,000 into it at one point. So currently, in terms of the overall, how much of it in the portfolio do we actually have? I can't remember. I think it's about $12,000 in the portfolio. Oh, no, there you go. $14,000 in the portfolio. So $6,900 of that is profit. The rest of it was the investment. So overall, the altcoin portfolio challenge is looking, again, very strong. The entire altcoin market is looking very, very strong right now. If we're to assess what we expect from Bitcoin, again, if we break this level here to $30,700, things are going to start rallying to the upside. In terms of crypto news today, there isn't an awful lot to discuss. I just think it's the altcoins that we should be looking at right now. When you're looking at all of these altcoins, like Matic down at 64 cents, GMT down at 23 cents, Dogecoin down at 6.6 cents, XRP down at 48 cents. I think that all these kinds of things, CHSB, wow, down at 13 cents, but it is actually up 2% today. That's looking pretty decent. If we're looking at CHSB, how has the price been recently? If we look at the daily chart, yeah, it's been getting hammered like every other altcoin. Like everything is just looks bottomed out. Like this is how Bitcoin looked not that long ago. I like to buy dips. When let me just point something out to you. I remember when I went to a work party when I had a job about 6 years ago now. And I was showing people at the work party charts like this. They'd gone all the way up and they crashed all the way to the downside. And I was saying, look, I'm going to put like £1,000 into each one of these things. And they're going, that's just stupid. Why would you buy these things when they're so low? And then anyway, let's cut the story short. 6 years later, I've bought my dad an Aston Martin. I am fairly successful in my own right. And they were all wrong and they should have bought the dip. It's one of them things. You've got to have confidence at a time when no one else has got that confidence. I've got that confidence right now. I understand the fundamentals and I understand the landscape. I understand that regulation, yes, is a bit of a hindrance, but it won't stop the east of the world. America is not everything. Europe is not everything. There is a whole world outside of what you know. And because of that world is outside of what you know, you don't know how they're reacting to it. You're not researching it. Nobody's researching it. No one's paying proper attention to it. And if you just understand the way that the world is changing right now, you'll understand that buying the dip is probably the best thing that you could possibly do, in my opinion, from my own research. And it's exactly what I'm doing right now. I don't know what you're all doing, but there you go. Saturday night speech for you. Have a great night, everybody. Do drop a like on today's video. Let's get 1 like, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you do subscribe, and yeah, see you in a bit. Goodbye.